Well, let's take a look at the use of the line command in the GardenCAD environment. I've started a brand new drawing here, and I'll go draw and line, and I'll start a line somewhere over here. Let's imagine we were drawing a courtyard, and I want to specify the line to go straight up in the vertical plane. At the moment I can't do that unless I turn on polar, so I click on the word polar, and now as I swing my mouse and head in that vertical direction, you can see a little indicator, and it shows you the length that I'm actually drawing. So let's imagine that the boundary of the courtyard that we're going to draw here is, say, 10 meters long. In it goes, then we can head across in this direction, and again wait for the indicator to show we're drawing at 180 degrees across. We'll go 6 meters in that direction. Now as I swing my mouse, I can come down. Let's imagine the corner of the courtyard was cut off, and I've measured it at 3.2 meters. So I can type the distance and hit enter in, and then I could come down to this point here, and I could move and just click and right click to finish. Now to complete the courtyard, we want to draw a line from the end there across. Now line was the last command that I used, so I can right click and repeat line. And we'll use this tool over here and snap to the end point of that line and come across and right click and finish. Now what we need to do is to trim up this corner. You might find the electronic grid a little distracting. Just click on the grid word in the status line, that will turn it off. So what we now want to do is to clean up. So it's modify and trim. So the cutting edge, we can say, think of it as a guillotine. That's going to be the guillotine coming down. I select my right mouse button and then pick the bit to remove. I'll repeat that command. This time this one can be the cutting edge, and then we'll remove that. So now right click and select zoom extents. There's our courtyard accurately drawn with the line command. Now in Australia and many other parts of the world, the building trade works in millimetres. We've been working in metres. So what we'd want to do is to select all the entities there and right click and scale. We want to scale all these entities up by 1,000 to turn it into millimetres. So as a base point, I'll type 0,0, and then I'll type 1,000 and right click zoom extents. Now when we use the measure tool and measure, say, from that point there across to this point here, we get 8262.742 millimetres is our unit. Now, so we've turned what was a plan for a courtyard drawn in metres into one in millimetres. You don't have to type 00 as the base point, but it's good practice in drawings to do that. It's also good practice to select everything there, right click and move, and say I'm going to move from the end point down there to coordinate 0, 0, right click and zoom extents, because now this is 0, 0, so if we needed to, we could give people the X and Y coordinates of set out points. Let's imagine we wanted us to put some set out points for a location of some garden beds. We could say draw point, there's point up the top, point, and we could put a point in that might mark one point on your layout for the garden bed, and we have a number of points in there. Now if we select any one of those points and right click and go to properties, it gives us the X and Y value here. If we scroll down, the X and Y value should be here. Position X is 1849, 1850 near enough, so it's in that direction, goes 1.85 millimetres, and in the Y a lot more, 3.366 millimetres. So we could or your construction team could accurately locate that particular point. So I hope that gives you just a little experimentation with the line command and the scale command.